I remember him walking behind me as I'm naming the files. He's like, "What are you doing? That's wrong. What are you doing? You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that." I'm like, "Wrong for what?" "You can't do that here. You can't do that. That is illegal. That is illegal." What? Illegal? Like photographing the girl who told me I could photograph her on the balcony? All right, we're back again with another story. Story time with Teshorn Jackson. I am your host for a very interesting, fascinating, and thrilling story. Hopefully I don't bore you too much. As a wedding photographer, I get to travel the world. I get to see people, see places that the average person doesn't get the opportunity to see or experience. In 2019, I'm not one who celebrates much. I told myself, as I'm turning 40 next year, I'm going to do something I hadn't done before. Just travel somewhere far just for leisure. Work wasn't part of the plan. I'm just there to just travel, enjoy myself. I ended up in Kenya, had an amazing, amazing time. Perhaps one of my best trips ever. So the next year I said, well, for 2021, I'm going to go somewhere far as well. And I ended up in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I left from Dallas to Qatar, had a long layover there, then from Qatar straight to Dar es Salaam. Got there, had my hazmat suit on, had my helmet and my mask on. And at the airport, when you're going through customs, or this right after you get off the plane into the security part, where they check your temperature, lady's like, "Take that off. There's no corona here. Take that off. Throw that away." So I'm like, I don't want to be the odd man. So of course I took it off, threw it in the trash. Went through, got all the paperwork done, got my bags, got my money exchanged, and got my driver. He took me to my condo via Air BNB. Everything's cool. For those who saw my video of the Airbnb, that was a dope place. 3 levels, clean. It's the place, like every Airbnb should meet those standards. Downside, it was a shared space, but I had my own room. But for $20 a night, you really can't beat it. I might see if I can plug the video in this too. All right, so I get there, I think on a Wednesday. I'm supposed to stay 7 days before booking a trip to Zanzibar, because I want to celebrate my birthday in Zanzibar itself. At any rate, I remember the Saturday evening, I was going to meet a friend, Nikki, and her husband and her daughter at a Caribbean restaurant. And as I'm leaving, I remember meeting a guy there. He was checking out, and then as he has bags by the door, everything, and before I left, the cleaning lady, she said, "Hey, there's some sunglasses here. Are these yours?" I'm like, "No, they're not mine." And I said, "Just put it on the shelf. Maybe somebody else who belongs to will get it later." At any rate, I go meet Nikki and her husband and her daughter. I come back home, and that evening, another guy was there. He's like, "Hey, have you seen some sunshades?" I said, "Are they dark?" He said, "Yes." I said, "The cleaning lady put it on the shelf. Let me show you where she put it." He's like, "Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Cool. No biggie, right? Pretty normal interaction. The next morning, I wake up and I do my morning routine. Then I open my door to go downstairs for breakfast. And I can smell like something smells weird. Like someone hasn't taken a bath in for some time. It's just, that stench hit me. As soon as I open the door, I got to walk downstairs. That scent, just like Mike Tyson want to knock me out. Oh, I hurt my neck. Anyway, I go downstairs. There's the guy with the sunshades. There's 2 girls there. There's another guy I don't know. And there's a white guy from London just laying on the couch. And the one girl sitting next to him. And I'm trying to understand the dynamics of who's who, because I've only met the one guy before. He's staying there. The rest of the people, I have no clue who they are. Again, I introduce myself. They kind of say, "Hey, I'm whomever." I go get my breakfast, and we're sitting down. And the guy that I met for the sunshades, he asked me, hey, have you seen the TV? Seen the TV? I look, I'm like, oh, the TV's gone. I said, well, I saw it last night when I was leaving, and the one guy was checking out. He's the only person that was here when I left. And I don't remember seeing it when I came back later that evening. But who's looking for a TV, especially when there's one in my room? And I'm like, we're joking around, like, trying to figure out what's up with the TV. I remember texting the Airbnb host saying, hey, did you come take the TV in the living room? Because it's not here. And they asked me what I do. I said, I'm a wedding photographer. I travel to, shoot weddings. Oh, cool. And one of the girls, at this point now, I've been there like 4 days right now at that point. And I hadn't really shot much because I was detained at one point. So I'm like, I want to photograph somebody. And she's a good looking girl. And I said, hey, what if we do a photo session on the balcony upstairs? Because the condo we're in has 2 balconies, pretty plush place. And she's like, I don't know what you do. I'm like, I'm a photographer. I guess she thought I was joking. So I was like, here's my Instagram. So she goes to Instagram and sees it. And she's like, okay, you're real. I'm not some just random guy with a camera. And she's like, okay, let's go. I said, let me finish my breakfast. We'll go on the balcony. I'll bring some books from my room as props. Everything's still. I get the books, get the camera. To that. Okay, let's go. We're upstairs. Go to the balcony. And I'm giving some instructions. And she's a natural. Within 5 minutes, the guy from downstairs with sunshades, we call them sunshades, he said something to her in Swahili, and her face was visibly like afraid. And I'm like, uh-oh, something's up. I don't speak Swahili other than Jambo, Asante, Asante Sana. That's all I remember. But the look on her face told me something didn't seem right. I'm like, okay. So I asked him, oh, you want to shoot too? He's like, no. And he goes back downstairs. At this point, I'm like, okay, that was awkward, but whatever. No harm, no foul. I go back downstairs and I'm loading the files in my laptop. I go get my laptop from my room, go down on the table. I remember him walking behind me as I'm naming the files. He's like, what are you doing? That's wrong. What are you doing? You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. I'm like, wrong for what? You can't do that here. You can't do that. That is illegal. What? Illegal? Like photographing the girl who told me I could photograph her on the balcony? Like, what's illegal about it? You can't do that. You can't do that. Then he says, you and those children. Like, what children? In your computer. Only children in my computer is my son, my niece, and my 2 nephews. And there's no photos of them that you can see. Those are on hard drives. And I don't have it with me. So what are you talking about? You're wrong for that. You're wrong. Like, bro, what? Whatever, man. And I go, close my laptop down. Because I was like, you want to see the files? You want to see them? He said, I don't want to see them. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. Because I can show you what I have if you really were so concerned. And I'm getting kind of nervous because he's yelling now. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. So I go to the kitchen and get some water. And his friend came to me. He's like, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. He's just kind of drunk from last night. We had a long night. And I see the one girl. She goes with the other guy to the other room. I'm like, I'm calm. I'm just not sure what the problem is. He's like, he's just drunk right now. He's just talking that way. He's kind of going crazy. We have to just get him out of here soon. I'm like, please do, because dude is tripping. And I remember everybody came back out of their bedroom. And I'm like, okay, this is just odd. And then he comes back again. You're wrong. So they all surround him and say, let's go. So they all leave. And a few minutes later, so the girl who, she followed me on Instagram after I told her who I was, what I did. I get a DM from her saying, you need to leave now. I'm like, why? What do I need to leave for? And she's like, just leave. He had a knife in his hand standing behind you. So please leave. She said, pack up and leave now. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And something told me, just do what she says. You're not from here. Just leave. So of course I run upstairs. grab my things, threw it in my suitcase, just pushed everything there. And I run down. I'm looking to see, make sure they're gone. And the DM told me they're coming. He's coming back, because the other guy told me before that the guy, he has families for money, and if he goes to jail for doing whatever, he'll just buy his way out. I'm not going to jail for what? Because he might try to harm me. Like, bro, what's up with these people, man? I don't get it. I pack my things. I leave. I send the Airbnb host a message saying, hey, this guy's trying to threaten me here. I have to check out, because I'm supposed to stay there for another 2 days before I go to Zanzibar. And it's still in the morning. So, of course, I can't check into another Airbnb before 3 p.m. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because it's hot outside. I got my suitcase. I don't want to be homeless. But I remember just finding another Airbnb. And I said, hey, here's the situation. Someone tried to inflict bodily harm on me, and I need a place to check in before 3 p.m. And the guy was like, our place is open. You can come on over and get it settled here. I'm like, cool, thanks. So I got in my Uber, got in the Bolt, did my thing, and got there. And so I DM'd the other girl who's been told me to leave. I said, what was the problem? She's like, well, he has a wife and kids. He has an entire family. But he kind of likes me, and he got jealous when we went on the balcony to do the photo session. I said, but it's like, there's nothing serious there. You had books. I mean, it wasn't anything provocative. It was on the balcony. You have this, what book was it? The Andrea book from Clubhouse that I bought. It wasn't a big deal. She said, he's been trying to get with her for some time. Even though she sees him like a brother, he still felt some type of way that she went on the balcony and did a photo session with me. So lesson, be careful when you go to places. Mind your business. Don't try to photograph nobody that, again, as harmless as it was, it could have been very different had he pulled out that knife and did something with it, because I couldn't see him because he's standing right behind me. Again, this is Storytime with Teshorn Jackson, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this story. I have lots of travel stories to tell you. I might tell you about the one where the wedding planner and the groom were busted in the hotel room. But yeah, no, I'll save that story. Again, thanks for your support as I build this channel, and hopefully this grows further than I anticipate. Anyway, catch you guys later. We're out. Psh.